Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Sir Chu with GenDu, the Gentleman's Duel card game, with a gameplay demo for you. This is how you play the game. The game starts, you draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 cards. Now, before either of us begin the game, we must each have a level 1 room card in our hand. Let me look through my hand, and right here's a room card, and I see I have a level 1 room. I'm good to go. I'm going to give him the thumbs up. Let's see. Do you have a level 1 room card in your hand? He gives me the thumbs up as well. And for argument's sake, I will be going first in this game. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my room card face down. You can lay it face up as well, but I prefer to keep mine face down to keep my opponent in deceit. And I will also see if I can play anything else. I see here I have a verb card. You may know these as spell cards also. It costs 1 H. And H means 1 card from my hand. And then I get to reap the benefits. So I will lay this card on the field. It's called Stick Fingers. I will pay its cost 1 H. I will get rid of this card here. And the benefit says I draw 2 cards. So I will draw 2 cards. And once you're done with the card, you just discard it over here in the discard or graveyard or whatever you want to call that pile. Now, I don't really have anything else left I can do with my hand, so I will end my turn. And to signify it is the end of my turn, I draw a card. Yes, you draw a card at the end of your turn. I will draw. Now it is my opponent's turn. He's going to lay his first room card down. He's discarding a card from his hand, and he is playing a noun card. This noun is called the Reckless 8. It costs 1 H card to play. Now nouns, those are like creature cards. They can move about, they can attack. However, on their first turn in play, they cannot move. So, my opponent will now draw a card and signify the end of his turn. It is now my turn, so immediately I'm going to play my next room card down. This looks like a good room to play here. Now remember, when you're laying the room cards down, you must place them in level order, meaning this is level 1, this is level 2. Now, this must be a level 2 or lower room. I played a level 1, so it's okay. I will also look to my hand and see if there's anything else I can play. I don't see anything I would really like to play right now, so I will draw my card and I will end my turn. My opponent has played the second room down in his dungeon. He's discarding a card, and he is summoning another creature. This is another noun. It is called Kitty Side Effects. It costs 1 H card to play, and he will now draw a card to signify the end of his turn. It is now my turn, and I'm looking at my hand and I'm looking at his field, and I think I got to get somebody on the field, so I will do that. I will lay this room card down. And now I want to play one of my nouns. I happen to want to play Sumo Bear. If we look at his cost, you'll notice it is an R and an H. We know an H is a card from my hand, so I will get rid of this card from my hand. And now the R is a room card. So I must sacrifice one of the rooms in my dungeon to play it. You can only sacrifice from the end of the dungeon up, so this is what I must sacrifice. I get rid of it. And I play Sumo Bear on the field. He must be shaking in his pants. Sumo Bear is a very, very strong creature. I also have another creature in my hand I can play, and I think I'll play it. I will sacrifice this card from my hand to play Pinky the Cute at 1 H, little dog. I will draw a card to signify the end of my turn. My opponent lays the third room in his dungeon down. And he is going to enter my dungeon. He is entering with the Reckless Ape. Now, if we look over here at the Reckless Ape, he has 2 speed. That means he can move 1, 2 rooms if he wanted to. He moves into the first dungeon. So now that he's in my dungeon, he flips over the card and we see the effect. The effect is attack -1. So he has 3 attack. Now his attack is at 2. So is he going to go to the next room? He is going to the next room. The next room is the pat down, -1 attack. So his attack is now at 1, and he is all out of movements, so he's going to stay in this room at 1 attack, because when you travel through the dungeon, the effects stack on your way through, which is what makes it difficult to get through. Now we're going to see if he's going to play anything else. He will just draw a card and end his turn. Now it is my turn. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move Pinky the Cute into this room. Now, both of our nouns are in the same room, so it is time that they battle. This is how the battle system works. You subtract attack minus defense, attack minus defense. So, Pinky has 1 attack and it has 1 defense, so it will kill him. Now he's going to strike Pinky. He has 3 attack -1. He has 1 attack. And it turns out Pinky has an effect saying any noun attacking Pinky gets -2 attack. So that brings his attack down to 0, meaning he does not hurt her, but she hurts him and kills him and sends him to the graveyard, and he is dead. Now it is my turn, and I will lay down a room card, and I will go in with Sumo Bear into his dungeon. First room, what is it? Attack -1. So now he goes from an 8 to a 7. He has 4 speed, that's 1. So let's go to the next room. It is a health -1. That brings his health down to 5. I'm going to go to the third room, and it is a speed -1 room, bringing my speed to 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, and that is all I can move for this turn. Now I will draw a card and end my turn. Now, before I end my turn, I just want to make one note. Negative effects in my own dungeon do not apply to my creature, meaning Pinky was in this room and it does not suffer the -1 attack. My nouns can move freely in my own dungeon so long as their speed permits, but they don't have to flip cards over or suffer negative effects of the room. So can he, which is what adds an element of difficulty to the game. So I drew my card, I ended my turn, now it is my opponent's turn. He lays his room card down. He sacrifices the room card and a hand card, and he summons a Sumo Bear in his own dungeon. Now here is where it gets interesting. Sumo Bear has lost 1 attack, which brings his attack down to 7, and 1 health, which brings his attack down to 5. So it is a 7-5 attacking an 8-6. So 8 minus 6 is 0, and 8 minus 5 is 0, so they both kill each other. He will now draw a card to signify the end of his turn. It is now my turn. I lay the room card down. And basically, that is the general basis of the game. We keep going back and forth until the situation arises where I have gotten one of my creatures to the other side of his dungeon. Come closer. Have defeated all the creatures. So say I got over here, I killed him. And then this is what's called the gentleman's turn. Basically, he has 1 turn to defend against this creature to keep going. Otherwise, he loses the game. Basically, you lose if my creature strikes you once. or you also lose if you run out of cards in your deck. This is a sample gameplay video, and I hope this helps you in playing GenDu, the Gentleman's Duel card game. Thank you. This is Sir Chu signing off.